to get a KP that high. So very impressive stuff. And we'll see what happens now as we get ourselves into game 2 of this best of 3. I think it's on blue.
I think the only 2 kills that he wasn't a part of were Alex Siege diving Wolf.
Oh yeah,
and then Alex Siege like down bottom again.
That's true. I think you're right. They were kind of only solo kills. Otherwise, it was all crumbs pretty much all the time. And we are now into Champion Select. Echo is banned away by Misfits. Looks like they are not willing to play with that champion.
And not first pick it. It does have some counters already, so first picking it is still very risky. And it's strange how people are back and forth on it right now. It's like, is it first pick worthy? Is it not first pick worthy? If you first pick it, it really kind of shows what your comp is going to do with that mid lane assassin.
It's true. Yeah, from what we've heard from talking to various players, that it seems like people are telling us that he's very good in solo queue, but he's not yet good enough in competitive.
It's like a Katarina type situation.
Yeah.
We don't want to pick it in competitive most of the time.
Yeah, I think there can be certain comps for it, but yeah, I think we'll see over time. It seems like there's always champions, like, think about 2 years ago, LeBlanc, where no one played her and then everyone played her because they realized that you could play this kind of champion, so maybe we'll see things adapt over time. Either way, who cares? We're in 5.10, so it is the release version of Echo. I know most of you guys are playing on 5.11 on live, but...
You played today.
Yeah, basically. For most of you guys, although it's technically yesterday in Europe, but Echo, Alistair, Rise, the bans from Misfits, they're basically just like dropping off like the top tier of all the roles, and then just kind of going for it. Callista Rek'Sai still banned away by Magnetic. Crumbs not being allowed to play that champion. Nunu, that same ban as well. I guess they added the Callista ban from Maple Street.
Yeah, Nidalee still up. That's Callista's 4th ban against Misfits in 6 games that they've played so far. And that's going to be a jungle taken away immediately. They're not going for the Nidalee. They're going to go for more tanky Bruiser. So Misfits might go for more team fight this game. Might go for some wombo combo. If that's what Magnetic's going to bring at them, they can answer in kind with that champion. So I like seeing that. But his Nidalee was very convincing.
The thing is, Misfits, they've kind of shown that they're respecting the sort of tier list thought about Champion Select, where they banned Gragas last game and first picked it this time. If they can't get their hands on it, no one gets their hands on it here. Gragas seeming to be very, very important for Crumbs here in this lineup, which gives Magnetic time to pick almost any champion they want, only the 6 bans, the 1 pick, and they look to go for the exact same bottom lane as last time.
Well, the Sivir wave clear was quite annoying.
Yeah.
And
Nautilus gets locked in. What do you...
But it just gave him him a minute more.
I'm guessing that's a bug.
That was interesting. Apparently, Sojin has 45 more seconds to lock in the Sivir that he already locked in.
We're just going to roll with it, guys. Sivir Nautilus,
Anyway.
I'm sure, is going to be the lineup here either way, but yeah, I've never seen that before.
Same button. This is a perfect time to mention that the Magnetic logo actually looks like one of those piranha plants from Mario, if you look at the black on the inside. Anyway, it's that or Magneto's helmet.
Yeah, it's a piranha plant.
Yeah.
It's a magnetic piranha plant.
Or according to production, Strong Bad.
Strong Bad is great.
It's a Strong Bad.
That's Homestar.
It's Homestar Wanna.
He doesn't say I'm Strong Bad like ever.
No, he's like, I'm Strong Bad.
That's pretty good. I actually like your impression.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
I do better impressions
I
than me.
get angry, yeah. So
You get angry?
No, I get angry when I do the Strong Bad thing. Like, he's a little angrier, right? And his voice is like...
His name is Strong Bad. If he was happy, why would he have that name?
Usually, all right, so people who are evil don't think they're evil, and they're happy about being the way that they are. So he could still be happy with his maniacal or bad ways.
Sure.
Yeah.
Either way, Janna picked up, plus the Urgot here. Flex pick Urgot, Alex or Maple Street could play the champion, but Misfits could have just like picking the straight up like ranked competitive tier list champion.
Yeah.
Like, is Janna up? Pick her. Is Gragas up? Pick him. Is Urgot up? Pick him too.
So the fact that Thresh is up, they banned away their own Alistar here, and Remelia's going to go with the Janna. So I talked about Remelia being more of an engaged, like, helps out in the mid-game with playmaking. This means they're going to have something that they want to keep alive, that the Janna's going to have some disengage for them. And this is Maple Street most likely on this Urgot, because he's played it the 2 times against AKA, and his overall scoreline was 7-3 and 32. Ouch. So a big assist monster on that Urgot, shredding people's armor.
So Magnetic, though, and the thing is, this is one of the comps I don't like Janna in, even though you like to disengage with this champion. You can't knock back an Equalizer or a Glacial Prison, so Magnetic, again, playing almost the exact same composition. All they've done right now is swapped out Gnar for Rumble, and it's the same team comp here, so looks like they're still stuck on this one, and they feel positive about this one.
I do like the Rumble, though. This is a huge magic damage threat, but the thing is that now if Sojin's going to be their only physical damage threat, it might be a little bit of a problem. Because the Sivir has, like, you know, has some damage up with restrictions. And then if Janna can knock her out of the fight, you're pretty much going to have almost no physical damage in there. And the Urgot's going to lower that anyway.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see if that even happens. Meanwhile, the last few picks come through for Misfits. They yet again go for Maokai for RF, and they've locked in Varus, I'm assuming, for the mid lane here for Alex Ich. So there's what the disengage is for. It's a sort of longer range poke comp with a Gragas to disengage and a Maokai as a defensive tank.
Yep. And I think that Varus and Jace on the live on 5.11 are the 2 best poke champions in the game, especially with the nerf to Ludens on AP.
Even over AP COD.
Well, the nerf to Ludens is going to hit that a little bit. Okay. You'll have to move around a little bit more. But I do think that they're probably the best, especially with the buffs to Jace. But we're playing on 5.10, and Varus is unchanged between those 2 patches. So he's still very strong. And there's the other poker right there. And that would actually make a lot of sense because of the fact that they have a Rumble and they want another physical damage threat in this composition. Jace is a really good pickup here, and Wolf plays that champion. I said he's an AP mage, like long-range poker. He's basically just a long-range poke player. It's his style. It's what he goes towards because he gets to, like we said before, be the general on the back line.
Well, we got to see Coco from CJ Entus play this champion pretty much a couple days ago, and we're going to see Wolf play it here. Jace mid is in for Magnetic. So, an interesting take on the composition, actually. So instead of it being a big Wombo 5v5 teamfight comp, they've actually got some extra texture to this now. With a lot of poke coming out of Jace, they can play it long range, they can play it short range. I actually, at first glance, like this adaptation by Magnetic.
Yeah, Magnetic's composition, you can soften people up, and you don't even have to engage on them. You get to pop the Sivir ultimate, or you can just threaten the pop of the Sivir ultimate, and people have to back off. But there's more wave clear on Misfits from Alex Siege. No longer on a split push champion. But the team fight of this composition is pretty much, we have to keep you away, and it's centered all around Alex. They disengage with Gragas,
He will be in range to deal his damage, and you've got Sejuani ult plus Rumble Jace to do the exact same thing. Not as well, you can set it up as well. If you land the stun, you land the poke afterwards. RF can do that as well with his route, but I like that there is ranged follow-up for the engage tools. I like ranged engage tools more than like sort of body engage tools, but yeah, I think both these teams have that.
It's the difference between, like, people use the term hard engage and to kind of encompass like all engagement tools. But what I really think hard engage is hard engage is that it forces a fight whether you're going to win it or lose it. Hard engage is like Vi Ultimate, where somebody is going to die, whether it's me or you. It is a hard engage tool. Like Jarvan jumping in there, he's like, my body is at risk. Sejuani's ultimate engages a fight. It's cleansable. You can get out of it. You can like tumble out of it, or you can like you can get cleansed out of it. Somebody can block it,
things like
right?
That, yeah.
Like it's not 100% hard engage, but it still qualifies because it has this hard CC on it.
That's interesting. I actually, yeah, to me, my definition of hard engage was like
hard CC.
I hard CC you, right? And I say, you know, it's a ranged engage tool versus like it's a body engage tool. I don't have a great term for it, but I actually am curious like what the vernacular turns into. And what terms we all end up using.
It's just semantics, and it's probably what you want it to be and how you communicate it. Like Nautilus's ultimate is a hard CC that engages, but by the time sometimes it lands, the person's a mile away.
True.
Right? Like it's not going to start the fight.
Yeah, not reliably. If your marksman ever is in range of Nautilus in like a default standoff scenario, you're probably doing something wrong. So I feel you on that one.
Yeah, but I totally understand. Like, I would probably use it as hard engage just for hard CC, because the other one is like more of a personal thing where I'm like, oh yeah, somebody's going down no matter what. It's like reliable hard engage.
Yeah. Like it's hard for me to call Nocturne's ult hard engage. I'm in range of you, but like I'm not guaranteed to lock you up.
Yeah. Well, engage doesn't mean lock up. Engage means we're fighting.
That's true.
Right?
All right. We can table this one for later because we got a game going on here. We've talked through like the last 3 minutes talking about random semantics. And you know what? It's not that important after all. Big ol' Ron is going to do some jungle camps here on the Wolves. It is a lane swap, by the way. Magnetic have initiated it. RF managed to take down one of the pieces of this blue buff. It does not get stolen away by Indivisible. And looks like Misfits have actually been able...
Don't lead to the experience.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, I once had a...
Both teams were able to start on the greedy start of the jungle and not get punished.
Yeah, they were able to actually walk up to it on the weak side of the map for them and pick it up. So yeah, not punished. We didn't even see Vermilion pretty much walk up to that blue side. They are going to have an idea that that's going on, though.
Okay, so let's see how these teams play the lane swap. Right now, Nautilus has been mostly roaming around the map trying to get things to happen. Crumbs and RF are just simply double jungling here for Misfits and sharing XP. Indivisible is going to go ahead and just solo.
Come back.
The crab, okay. For some reason, I'm having a hard time remembering that Magnetic is on red side now. I don't know why that is.
It's always kind of rough because you look up and it's IMG. Magnetic.
It screws with me.
Magnetic.
Constantly.
There isn't even... There's like an I in it.
I Magnetic.
Way...
Like the MG is at least close, right?
Yeah.
Just forget the I is there and just look at the MG and just trick yourself. If it was just MG, it'd be fine.
I tricked my eyes.
You can have a 2-letter code. SK does it.
Do they? SK Gaming.
They go by SK.
Oh boy.
Come on, dude.
The Schwartz command.
Do you even watch European LCS? It's the better league. They're better teams.
Then
NA. I go both ways in this one now.
man, like I can't trust you anymore. You keep swapping back and forth.
Oh.
Anyway, down bottom though, they are going to 4-man this turret. They're going to deny as many waves as possible. Misfits are going to get a little bit better this with the damage. Let's see if Alex can survive this.
Man.
Oh,
jeez. Yeah, he's fine.
Yep.
That was 2 flashes for 1. Good job, Alex.
Got his discount on Wednesdays.
What?
The Wednesday discount, 2 for 1.
Wednesday flash discount. So Misfits went for the 4-man on the bot lane. They get the turret for it, and they're going to lane swap back, I'm going to guess here, and put this Urgot with a tier up against this Sivir.
You can see Ramelia's in the mid lane like, let's not have that happen again. Because if they come from the exact same route and try to hook Alex, they could actually pull it off. But now you see him. Ooh. Giving him the cheeky shield from the brush right as the arrow goes off. Trying to give him that extra damage in the lane. Trying to poke out Wolf. Whoever gets the advantage in this mid lane, especially in a lane swap situation, whoever gets that leg up is going to have way more influence on the map very early on. You're going to see it again. That was close.
Flash Q. Just a Q flash, man. It's way cooler.
On Sejuani, yeah.
On every move block skill.
Yeah,
but all right.
Sejuani Q flash is definitely an easier way to do it.
Okay, so the lanes get swapped back. Right now, Big Ol' Ron does have a small gold lead, actually, even though... sorry, I take it back. Sorry, RF has a big gold lead right now, about 200 to 300 gold right now. And kind of his items are slightly more valuable as a result of this one. Crumbs getting hit up. He has flash, Sojin doesn't, so it's going to be fine here. But RF gets to go into a lane with an item lead over Big Ol' Ron, partially thanks to the turret kill. We have not had the Massacre recall yet, even though she's holding onto a minion kill lead. Maple Street has better items than this Sivir does. So right now, Misfits are actually sitting on better lanes at this point in time on pretty much everywhere on the map.
Yeah, sitting on better lanes. That top lane turret still intact, so that turret kill in favor of Misfits is going to give them those back timers that worked out for them, because like you said, they didn't actually back after everything was all said and done from Magnetic. They pretty much used their time to go mid, try to get something from Alex H. They got his flash, but he still has cleanse available, so lockups aren't going to be as effective on him.
Sedge ult won't matter too much. Nado's ult will be partially cleansable. After the knockup, there's a stun, and he can cleanse that. We'll see if that ends up mattering overall in this game. Magnetic are on the farm chain here as Sojin's running around getting a bunch of gold. Crumbs equal level so far. Now Maple Street is down in CS because of the whole lane swap shenanigans. He's actually down in gold despite the turret kill as well under Massacre.
Yep. Down in experience
too. For the next wave, and we'll see if that matters. Well, Indivisible's been out of this lane most of the game. Massacre's level 6 right now to the level 2 Nautilus.
With no flash as well, he's very vulnerable to being taken down. He did get himself some more HP.
Well, it's a really safe lane he's against. It's like, Urgot, Janus not going to kill anyone until 6.
That's quite the level disparity. You walk into lane, level 2 Nautilus, you don't even have your third ability. You're very vulnerable, like I said.
It's a double shield lane, forced to anchor out of the lane, takes a summoner heal, but Ignite is still on. They're still hitting Prey Seekers. I don't know what Indivisible is thinking, but he's one hit from dead, and that's gonna be the kill picked up. Doesn't know his own weaknesses, Indivisible. Big misplay gets punished.
No W, no flash. Walks in the lane, level 2, walks way too far forward. Like I said, it's quite the level disparity, but he didn't check himself and he wrecked himself there. He didn't check his level.
Yeah, seriously. It's like he's playing an MMO and there's a higher level monster and has like the big skull by it, like it's gonna beat you 1v1. He just didn't look. All right, so we're sitting on a 1,300 gold lead for Misfits. Crumbs camping the top lane here, and oh man, they could certainly threaten Sivir here if they see her coming by. She has flash, has ult. Body slam's gonna land, does not spell shield in time. A lot of CC comes through, and wow, the damage on this poor Sivir. Forced to flash, will survive. Invisible's here.
The level 2, go!
Level 2 Nautilus.
Now he doesn't even get experience in the wave.
So Massacre just recalled, walked back to lane, recalled again, and now his turret's gonna die by the time he reaches his lane again.
Misfits going
Really
up
nice.
2 turrets. They're not gonna go for it. They're not gonna go for it. Even though that's just a level 2 Nautilus. He gets to come back from his little cave, from his shell, and soak some experience in the top lane. Will it be a level 3?
He's gonna get like level 4 off of just like 2 waves. He's like that far behind the minions are with as much experience here. I'm exaggerating, but not by much. Ooh, Wolf's almost lost his own CS by knocking the minion into the turret range, but he got it. It's okay. RF trading actually equal with Big Ol' Ron, and even with his turret being dead, you can look at the ward control that's up here. There's the 2 defensive pink wards on the right side of the map for Magnetic to keep Big Ol' Ron safe. He needs to get gold. He's Rumble. He's an important part of this comp. He's their only meaningful magic damage, and they managed to give him a safe lane despite his turret being dead. And facing a difficult matchup here up against the gold advantage Maokai.
He needs to farm up. He needs to get himself to those. The good thing for Rumble, though, is that his power spikes are relatively cheap. And the pieces that build into them are cheap as well. It's not like I have to wait for a needlessly large rod. It's like, oh, this is 400 gold for Ruby Crystal. Buy myself an Amp Tome, buy boots, upgrade boots, right? Like Haunting Guys, Sword Shoes, Leandries, those types of things. Fairly cheap to piece together. And that wave clear.
Well, he wants to back up. You talked about the cheap to buy item break points, and he's sitting on 1,500 gold, so that's boots and a Haunting Guys if he wants it.
And Massacre has spell shielded nothing about 3 times. He's obviously better than League of Legends because he's actually dodging the skill shot as he preps for the skill shot.
It's very impressive stuff overall, but we're sitting on 1,000 gold lead for Misfits, all the same as Crumbs is second to level 2. Sojin got there first, and Sojin's looking for the top lane right here. Mid lane is just trading farm back and forth, and again, Alex dodging everything quite well.
Yeah, we're not seeing as many moves from Crumbs in this early game. Sojin was able to hit 6 unharassed, blew his flash early on and was not punished for it. Because he was able to get Crumbs.
Yeah. He's got Sightstone and an ulti. Remilia is not level 6, so there's no good disengage tools from this Janna.
It is.
Her ulti's there, Ignite is up.
It is an Urgot with an ulti, though. He'll get fairly tamed fairly quickly.
Might
There's
just get
Gragas on the
Janna.
other side, though. He has flash.
Oh, the ulti lands. Wolf's in a real bad spot. They're waiting for his flash. He pops it, and Crumbs saves the ulti to give Alex H the kill. Great gank mid lane. And nothing happened for Magnetic. So just gonna recall on the spot. He could have forced that and didn't.
There was so like that. They had a lot of options covered there. If Alex Siege had missed his chain, then they would have thrown out Crumbs' flash to get the flash body slam and then the cast backwards. So the fact that Alex had landed that was pretty much the best case scenario, but they had covered their options in case it had gone astray.
And all is good then for the Misfits fans out here. 2,000 gold lead for them. Big ol' Ron forced to hold the mid lane for a short time as he just shoved his wave in, and he's got no turrets to lose anyway. Crumbs gets time to take the top scuttler. It's redundant because he's got a ward there, but at least he denies it.
He gets that gold for himself. Junglers
82.
love that gold.
Yes, they do.
And now Crumbs, he still has his flash available. He knows that Wolf doesn't have his. He's ready for another pounce. Still has his ultimate in the tank. Just have to shove this wave up. He's getting ready for it. He's prepping. He's ready to go.
Ulti's up, the Q lands. Wow, Alex is doing some pretty serious damage now with the pickaxe plus brutalizer. And okay, ulti popped again by Big ol' Ron. Overheats, looks for RF, who actually flashes away from the battle. Big ol' Ron's starting to get a little bit better of these fights here. He's close to Haunted Guys as well, so life's getting even easier. Here's the gank attempt, body slams over. Wolf is trying to run. He does not have flash, so the flash explosive cast puts him in range. Wolf's got nowhere to go, and Alex takes him down, cleanses the exhaust, gets the kill over to Crumbs.
RF dueling Big Ol' Ron. Sojin off on the wings here, so Big Ol' Ron actually gets him low enough. They'll go for an all-in under the turret. He has no flash available.
They can get it. They know Crumbs has no flash, no ulti, and Alex has shown mid. This is going to be a turret dive that's going to work.
Yeah, they know Crumbs is mid as well, so they're going to try for it.
RF does not have flash.
There's
the W. Engage, and a lot of damage comes through to Big Ol' Ron. He's forced to flash away, but Sojin doesn't quite have the damage. Oh my god, they didn't get the kill. RF survives.
Using that W, the twisted advance, and the heal, keeping himself alive. But look at this.
Indivisible 6, he's not taking too much damage. They do trade back on a Maple Street quite nicely. The shields, though, mean Maple doesn't take enough damage for it to matter. This dual lane of Misfits up 16 CS. They used to be down that much, all winning the 2-on-2.
They got that mid lane turret. Look at this. The TP's forced from Big Ol' Ron because Crumbs is coming from the other side.
Wow.
TP out.
Nice play by Misfits, and they're like, where did he go? He's not there. I think he could have finished the recall. Unsure. Either way, it doesn't matter.
The poke, the poke.
Ooh, didn't quite guess right.
But it doesn't matter.
No. The assist even went over. Nice. The debuff duration was long enough. Alexich 2-0-1 on mid Varus, and Misfits are absolutely dominating this game.
They're picking them apart in every lane at the moment. They got the mid lane turret. They got the bottom turret very early on. And now the top lane turret looks like it might... Oh, they're going to keep it alive still. They're going to keep it alive. They don't want to bounce the wave either.
Well, think about it. This is a team that has a long time to go to scale up. They've got an early tower spiking Rumble on one side, but yeah, exactly. It's a double tier composition. So the double man immunity, to be specific here. And, you know, let's go ahead and take these really brutal lanes that we are crushing you in. Crumbs is clearly vastly outganking Sojin here. The 2-on-2 is just getting better over time for the Misfits duo. Why do anything except keep fighting them?
Yeah, it's very mid-game spiked for both teams. They want those mid-game fights, and Misfits are definitely prepped for it at this point with that 4K gold advantage that they've secured. They could make it even more with that top lane turret, but they opted not to. Instead, they're going to throw RF up into that top lane.
Flash away, but some damage back on a Sojin.
They just can't find these fights. They camped for so long on pink wards. And it's the same thing as last game, too. They just can't find the right fights on Magnetic's side. Despite having a Sejuani, that feels awful.
Yep. And just more damage coming through. Wolf gets chunked down to about 2/3 as well. It's just getting better and better for Misfits. They're going to take Scuttler as well. They're in phase of war, but who even cares? RF's getting free time up with this top lane as Rumble is nowhere to be seen to defend this because Big Ol' Ron does not have teleport. So this just default split TP to the top lane is going to result in a top lane outer going down. They get the dragon anyway. Misfits making all the right choices.
Just poking them off of the objective, getting their main engage tool, Sojin, off the field with Alexich's arrows means that's a free dragon. And the fact that, like you said, the TP used from Big Ol' Ron, free turret top, they finally give over something to RF, and now he has a gold advantage in the top lane.
Good things then for the Misfits squad. Yeah, 11 minions and a 3-0 turret game. So far, Magnetic have yet to get a single point on their scoreboard up here. Howling Gale hits Wolf, but not too much follow-up. It's still playing just slow enough to not be over-aggressive, but fast enough to take 4 objectives so far in this game.
And right now, Magnetic, they need to find the right fights, but they can't because of that. They have to engage onto Alex, but it's impossible to with the cleanse, with the disengage. On paper, you really like the Magnetic composition, but up against the Misfits comp, it's just so hard to get anything done.
I mean, the thing is, it feels like it's just that the fact that the mid lane snowballed, even though they're literally on the same item except for a boots upgrade, Alex is getting poked down and Wolf just isn't. He's just purely not chunking people out. Clearly, the piercing arrow cooldown is much lower than Empowered Shock Blast, and that's obviously meaningful. But we're just not seeing the same results from this Magnetic lineup. They're not doing the things that Alex is doing, and Sojin is clearly not doing the same things that Crumbs is doing.
And we talked about how the Misfits lineup with Alex Siege as the main poking force, as the main this composition is pretty much centered around him and disengaging for him. He's having the game that he needs to have for this composition to work, and there's Amelia in the front line!
And she's likely to die for this one, but it's going to be the trade right back. Sojin trying to get away. He actually survives. Krim smites to try to get some health back. He will eventually trade his life, but still, it is a lead early on for Magnetic. They trade back on a big ol' Ron, and now Wolf is caught out. Great flash over the wall. It's a 2 for 2.
Alex isn't done. He might walk around. He has the cooldown reduction. Can he land it? Massacre!
Oh, no! Oh, man. Why even recall anywhere near a Varus? That's multiple kills now picked up by long-range snipes. Last time it was Crumbs. This time it's Alex Ich.
If it's not in Italy, it's a Varus. Either way, you're getting impaled and pierced through.
1,200 range Qs.
Oh, man.
5-0-2 on Alex Ich. This guy got 3-man ganked earlier on. You wouldn't have noticed it. He's got 7 of the team's 8 kills he's been a part of here. Really goes a bit too hard, gets killed for it, but the rest of the fight's fine.
That's her style, though. She likes to engage.
As Janna.
Whether or not she's using her body to do so. Running straight into the front line. It works out, though. The flash from RF to get them in right into another. Piercing arrow actually hits Massacre to lower him low enough. And oh man, Wolf is just so scared at this point. He's like, we're down 0-1. Massacre, hold me.
He wasn't even aiming for Massacre. You saw Wolf try to juke it. Massacre wasn't even watching. Rough stuff here.
We live together, we die together.
Yeah, apparently.
The general takes one down with himself.
Great. Wolf is the longest range player on his team. But now we're seeing jungle invades start to work out here. The poke-based team able to put their bodies forward here. Misfits take away a blue buff.
And I have a feeling this is going to be a much cleaner game in terms of closeout time for the Misfits if they end up winning this, because they have wave clear now. They have a lot of ways to engage, to disengage, whether it's RF going in, whether it's Crumbs casking somebody in. But the fact that Alex is able to siege and he's doing a hell of a good job at it, highest CS in the game, highest kill participation on his team, most kills in the game. He's just having a stellar performance, and the team composition is centered around him, and you can see right there. That's what they keep doing, and that's why they can't even contest it. It is so low.
Several pops to go in. Wolf does dodge explosive catch to get the one-man ult on a Maple Street. Really tries to reset the fight and buy some time, and there's the chains of corruption. Sojin pretty darn low, and the roots keep landing on everyone else. The damage just not coming through from Magnetic. They're going to be forced to run away. Misfits still have poke, and Sojin, yeah, don't recall there.
It's that blue buff onto Alex Siege. He keeps throwing it out. Look at that. 1 second cooldown. What was that?
Maple Street here to just take the turret. He's got shields. Who even cares? 5 turrets to 0-1. Dragon to nothing. Baron about to spawn in 15 seconds. Maybe Misfits wants to take 1 or 4.
Man, he's getting 3 second cooldown arrows.
Well, the cooldown starts when you start pulling back the bow, so...
He held it the entire time. It was a 1 second cooldown.
Yeah.
That's a lot of poke. And it's hitting for an enormous amount. And nobody's getting armor on this team comp. The only armor item in sight is cloth armor.
The base cooldown, that's 4.8. He's already at max CDR here on the Varus, and it does about 600 damage when fully charged. 600 damage on a sub 5 second cooldown is a lot of damage.
It's tons.
You'd have to hit it like 3 or 4 times. Again, we're doing 1 pound per point of damage, so...
Okay.
Did you not listen to me cast the NALCS last weekend when we talked about it?
Were you talking about a ton is 2,000?
Yeah. Yes, you know.
Pounds of damage.
Yeah. Actually, if you look up my profile in Leaguepedia, it says that I measure tons of damage in ounces.
Oh wow.
We should update that to pounds. Because, you know, 1 pound per point of damage. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, it's much easier conversion too.
Yeah. 2,000. It's practically metric, but not. Oh man, Indivisible locked into the wall, but they don't quite have the damage to kill him off.
The slow,
Maybe I spoke too soon. Yeah, the slow was enough to get the kill picked up. Equalizer. Yeah, barely even does anything.
It's another kill to Alex. He already has his last whisper, and Sojin's gonna feel that pain as well, even with that cloth armor. The one cloth armor.
Still gets pierced through. Just doesn't seem to do quite enough here. Ninja Tabby represents a second cloth armor, but certainly not enough durability here on the Magnetic roster to survive this kind of engage. 9-2. Unfortunately, no perfect game for Misfits. They had a fight where they lost 2 people, but otherwise, nothing given up all game by these guys.
The Massacre looked like he wanted to go bottom there for a second to pick up that turret.
You might as well.
Nope.
You're not going to save your inhibitor. You might as well just like knock down bot lane outer.
Oh, it hit.
Where the gauge comes through, 1 stun's going to be there. Here's the ulti once again from Janna to keep the team alive. Wow! Long range Acid Hunter does in fact land. Down goes the Nautilus. Swap in, and whoa! Wolf on the other side of the map gets just crushed. A double kill from Maple Street. Crumbs forced to run away from the turret he was tanking. And the inhib turret is going to go down. Inhibitor itself will also fall in the Massacre. Recalled for basically nothing.
And you can see it right there, the way the composition operates. They caught Alex. They had a great Sojin of Sejuani ultimate. Cleansed, immediately disengaged by Remilia. The fact that Magnetic didn't even have Sivir there pretty much was their only chance to actually fight that fight, was to get back into it after it's disengaged. But there's just so many tools on Misfortune's lineup to prevent that.
And there's so many just golds in the pocket of the members here.
That's a Misfortune. Misfits.
Yeah, Misfits. I know. I saw it. I was like,
it's misfortunate.
Misfortune.
It's the Misfits.
I'm gonna make a team called Misfortune and steal their tag. Yeah, though, like the thing is, the reason I did like Magnetic's comp in Champ Select was because even though you could cleanse the initial engage, there's other follow-up engage because you can run at them with Sivir. Nautilus can go for a hook or just like face check somebody. But when Nautilus dies at level 2 in lane after lane swap and the gold lead is already 11,000, you no longer have the ability to run at them because you'll die before you take 4 steps. And this is the kind of situation where we're in. Is it's quite easy for Misfits to just walk all over Magnetic here.
And then when you don't have a Nautilus that's healthy enough to actually withstand something, you're not able to start the fights off and get the Rumble ultimates across in the mid-game to actually melt that backline.
Yeah.
And then the fact there's an Urgot too, it just, all these things kind of just amalgamate into Misfits having a really good composition up against what Magnetic had drafted for themselves. So I really like that.
So far, really just... It's a well-played game by Misfits. They've picked only team fights they've won. Their sieges have been pretty damn good overall. There's 6 turrets to 0 with a mid-lane inhibitor dead at 23 minutes. All this without a single Baron buff, and they are poised to make this a 2-0 and secure their entrance into the North American Challenger Series with a win right here.
The poke coming out from Alex each. Trying to check around. He can just throw that out whenever he wants, as frequently as possible. He's kind of the frontliner right now. I think they need him in the pit. There we go.
Bit of a risky choice here. Sieging was working, but Misfits look for Baron in the face of the team fight.
Big ol' Ron bottom. He's going to TP in
teleport. He uses it.
This is the last fight that Magnetic are going to look for. It's all in right here. They want to make or break the game.
Crumbs is tanky enough to not get taken down. They actually re-engage back onto Magnetic, and they will not even try to fight. Oh, a ton of damage coming through on the front side of it, and they already dropped down Indivisible. He does get the ulti off, and there's a bit of damage coming through, but the swap on the Wolf's going to put him right on top of RF. running up of Alex Itch. They will pick up 3 kills, 4 kills for the fight. The Baron bait pays off. The engage happens. They've got a giant wave mid lane to go push the Nexus down.
And it's only Massacre alive. He can't hold up to this. That's a super minion on the base. All of Misfits still alive. They're going to take this game. It looks like they'll be able to get these turrets.
It's going to be GG. 15 seconds still on the respawns. A 25-minute win. Half the time of the game right before this one. And with a 2-0 record, a 6-1 run through the qualifiers. Misfits will be the first new team joining the North American Challenger Series in summer 2015.